Are you ready to transform your summer into an epic splash-tastic adventure? Say goodbye to wasteful, single-use water balloons and hello to the ultimate in reusable, eco-friendly fun with reusable water balloons. Check out the link in the video description to get yours on Amazon today.
The architect of the long-awaited social care costs cap today slammed Labour's tragic decision to ditch the policy. Sir Andrew Dilnot accused Rachel Reeves of failing another generation of families after she brutally dropped the plans yesterday. Fears have been raised that more frail elderly people will now be forced to sell homes in order to fund care. In a dramatic statement to the Commons, the Chancellor claimed the reforms, including limiting total lifetime costs to £86,000 in England, had fallen victim to a £22 billion black hole the Tories had left in the public finances. The Treasury said the changes were now impossible to deliver in full by October next year, and shelving them would save £1 billion. But Sir Andrew, who has worked on the plans for successive governments, pointed out that Health Secretary Wes Streeting had reassured voters during the election campaign that they could have certainty about Labour's commitment. "I think it's a tragedy, and it's also very disappointing, given what was said in the election campaign on your own programme," he said. He told BBC Radio 4's Today programme, "To rip this up is unbelievably disappointing for hundreds of thousands of families who need care, for the people who are providing it, for the people who are trying to make decisions about it. It is another example of social care, something that affects people at some of the most difficult times of their lives being given too little attention, being ignored and being tossed aside. We seem again to be in a position where a government is saying this isn't an important enough thing to carry on with. As far as I can see, there is no current plan. We have to recognize we have failed another generation of families." Asked in June whether he was committing to bringing in the cap in October 2025, Mr. Streeting told the BBC, "That's the plan, as things stand." Pressed for a firm commitment, he responded, "We don't have any plans to change that situation, and that's the certainty and stability I want to give the system at this stage." Stephen Cameron, pensions director at Aegon, said the decision was a bitter blow. The announcement that the government will not be taking forward the previous government's deal on social care funding will be a bitter blow to those facing unlimited bills for adult social care, he said. Social care funding is a major concern to millions of families, but had been noticeably absent from the government's election manifesto and the King's speech. Cancelling the deal, which was to have started in October 2025, means individuals will no longer have their contributions towards eligible care costs capped at £86,000. Instead, as currently, those requiring care for longer periods face catastrophic care costs, which can wipe out a lifetime of savings. Unfortunately, as now, those who've done the right thing and saved for their later life could see it all, and their family home, disappear to pay for care, destroying plans to leave an inheritance to loved ones. Labour's manifesto pledged to create a previously suggested national care service, with locally delivered services based on the principle that people must be supported to live independently for as long as possible. It also promised a fair pay agreement, setting fair pay, terms and conditions. The party said it would consult widely on the design of the agreement before beginning the process and learn from countries where they operate successfully.